Want to do the clap, clap, snip, snap?
Going live in.
And welcome back to Anime Shmanime.
Hello.
So as you can see, even though you might have saw our last episode, and we said we were going to do Elf and Lead, we fucked up again. Well, actually, we didn't fuck up.
Jordy's still fucked up.
Jordy's still fucked up.
Jordy's still sick. He's okay.
Yeah. Well, he's also taking care of some personal things that need to take a little bit more priority, even though we know that I'm his priority.
Should be, at least.
Yeah, at least, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't need to take care of your family or kids or anything like that.
If
Like,
he had his shit straight, he would just be looking after us.
Exactly.
And only us.
I make the rules in this relationship. That's right, people. We are talking about toxic couples in anime.
You got it. That was a great segue.
Yeah, thank
That was
you.
really well crafted. I just jumped in.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
We
Went with it.
Went with it, yeah. Like, I mean, this is kind of our usual toxic traits anyway.
But, you know, we're going to kind of
Yeah.
celebrate it today. We're going to laugh a little bit about it.
Yes.
That being said, guys, we don't think that toxic relationships are funny.
No.
If you're in one, find a way to get yourself out, get some help, talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is serious. That being
Yeah.
said, anime is not serious.
It's all
so
fictional.
We're going to make fun of some of this shit today, I think.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some fun. So
Yes,
I'm
yes,
excited.
yes.
I'm actually, I don't know if this says something bad about me, but I'm more excited for this episode than I was for the good couples.
Yeah, I am too. Mainly because this is more my jam.
Well, I know it's more your jam. It's more noteworthy that it's my jam, considering I usually like the sweeter, cuter
Yeah.
stuff. But I just like some of the couples that we're gonna be naming. I just
Yeah.
really like, man. I don't like their dynamic. I do think it's unhealthy. That's why I picked them. But I can't help but love them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's more.
Yeah.
It's almost more like a list of like relationships I wish would work out in a good way.
Yeah, you know what? Because there are like some toxic ones that you want to root for, and we're gonna get to
Yeah.
a couple other ones that people are kind of like that for. But
That's
yes.
what I'm saying.
So this one specifically goes out to all of you anti-Valentine's Day. This is our anti-Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah, love
So-
stinks.
Love stinks. All you fuckers who like want to, are bitter and annoyed and frustrated with seeing all the love around. And yeah, love hurts, man.
No, for real though. We get that not everybody subscribes to the whole
Yeah, the
song and dance of Valentine's Day.
consumerism hallmark.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Valentine's.
Last week you were all like, we're celebrating consumerism and Hallmark. And this week it's fuck that, man.
Fucked up, man. Fuck this.
What other podcast guys caters to everybody the way we do?
Yeah.
Huh? We got both angles today.
Exactly.
So should we pull what we did last time and waste zero time?
Yes, but just so you guys know, spoiler alert,
Oh,
we are
yeah,
going to spoil
good
the
call.
fuck out of all of these couples because
We didn't do that till late.
yeah, we
last
didn't do that
time.
till late last one. So if you haven't seen any of these couples or the anime that they're in, we're gonna spoil a lot of it. So
Yeah. Like not everything. We're going to try
No.
and have some restraint, but
it'll mainly be about the couples, but sometimes you can't talk about the couples without talking about the plot points.
100%.
Right, so
100%,
yeah.
dude. One that we can, I think, generally talk about without talking about plot points. That was my first pick. Up on the
Yes.
screen from Seven Deadly Sins, we've got Meliodas and Elizabeth.
Which is funny because Elizabeth is like, she is kind of on my like low tier waifu list.
Yeah. Okay.
I do like her, but she is kind of like useless a lot of times.
Dude, she is okay. Well, listen, this isn't a team up fucking bash Elizabeth.
No, not
segment.
at all.
I like Elizabeth generally as a character, although I do find her very tropey.
Yes.
Very tropey. That being said, this anime is full of tropes.
Yes, it
So
absolutely
many.
is. And like I said, man, it's not like I don't like her. She's on my
yeah.
low tier waifu
Yeah,
list.
yeah. But you're right. I mean, I think that the issue, though, that I find with this relationship, one of the main reasons I put it on my list is that Elizabeth so often throughout the series feels just like lost. You know what I mean? Like she feels like this wandering child, like in the desert, who doesn't know where she is, doesn't know if anybody's her friend or wants to fucking kill her, and doesn't know really anything about what's going on. And the world that she's thrust into, she gets very lucky with who she ends up meeting. They generally care about her. Yeah. I will say Meliodas, I do think, genuinely cares about Elizabeth. Mm-hmm. I really do feel that way, especially later on.
Before we go any further, have you seen the whole thing?
I'm not fully up to date.
Oh, okay. So I was like, why is he talking like this? Because I've seen the whole thing, and there's a lot that explains why they are the way they are.
And they allude to there being more to this matchup than meets the eye. It's not just, you know, random lost girl and him. You know what I mean? Like I know that there's deep like fate things behind their story. And that's
destiny, intertwined, fate.
And that I'm not discounting that.
Yes.
They care about each other. And I do think that at the end of the day that they're probably going to be a fine couple. Mm-hmm. That being said, especially early on when Elizabeth is, like I said, a lost little fucking puppy dog. Yeah. She gets help from the right people. However, she also gets groped by them.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Actually, no, it's not awesome.
It would be awesome if she was.
It's not awesome in IRL.
It'd be awesome if she was wanting it or ready for it ever. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is like I can't remember a single time where she was anticipating the first grope.
Yes.
There are times when she's just like, "Oh, I like that. Keep doing it." Mm-hmm. But the first one always catches her off guard, dude.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
And there should be no surprise gropings going on. I mean, everybody's relationship is their own and whatever floats your boat. But I think even in a lot of established relationships, there still shouldn't be surprise gropings.
I mean, if you're in a long-term relationship and you don't walk up the stairs with your hands covering your butthole, that's not a healthy relationship.
It's true, man. They go for the crack.
Yeah.
They go right for the crack. Right. Yeah, totally.
Fucking the jutsu right in the bum.
And that's what I mean. Like, you got this long established relationship, that's fine. Early on, dude. Yeah. We're talking first season.
Okay, if we're talking first season,
first couple episodes, man. Because he is straight up sexually assaulting her.
Yeah, because we also know that she is like a teenager at the time, relatively young. Yeah. Maybe young adult.
He's very old.
And he's very, very old.
He doesn't look it.
No, beyond anyone's years old. He's older than the king himself.
Yeah. But that's the loophole, man. Like that's where they get it, right? Like that's where they make it okay. Is that he's this old guy.
Yeah. Where age is no longer a number.
But he looks kind of close to her age. Therefore, we're all good.
Well, see, this is I always wondered this, right? Like, say if immortality was a real thing, like, and you are now officially like 200-300 years old. Like, at what point does age become just a number? I feel like it's 30. Once you've hit 30, like,
it's got to be case by case, right? Like, obviously, like, the most important factor in a scenario like that is how old is the youngest person in the scenario, right? Mm-hmm. Most of the world has their age of consent laws set at a certain age.
Yeah, some places have them at like 14, 16, or something
like that. It varies depending
on
the country.
Crazy.
So the media you're going to get out of that country is going to always play with that, right? But, you know, to answer your question, you know, an adult is an adult. Whether they're 300 or 18, you're an adult. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maturity-wise, though, there's definitely some stuff that's slimier than others, right? Yes. Like, just because if somebody's like 40 and somebody is 30, like age-wise, that's not slimy. But if that 30-year-old has like the maturity level of a much younger person,
like a 21-year-old,
and that older person is taking advantage of that, slimy, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if that person's 30,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and is technically an adult. It's still slimy. It's a different kind of slimy.
Yeah, but
But
we're
it's still
talking
slimy.
like manipulation. We're
Power
talking
dynamics,
power
right? Like,
dynamics.
that is always
We're
gonna be
talking-
off.
Yeah, which is really, really gross.
And something is definitely off about the power dynamic here, especially
Yes.
because Meliodas seems so much more comfortable and at ease in this world with the power he has, the life he's lived, the experience he has, and she doesn't have that.
Are you gonna watch the rest of this?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, then I won't spoil it for you.
Yeah, no, I love this show.
Okay,
I love this show.
it is great. I mean, so in this show, my top waifu is
Deanne?
No,
I love Deanne,
You love
dude.
Deanne.
I love Deanne.
She's great too. She's
love
great.
Deanne.
No, it's not Deanne. It's Merlin.
Merlin. I knew it.
It's fucking
I should have guessed Merlin
Yeah, of
first.
course, man.
Why did I
Of
say
course.
Deanne? That's so obviously my pick. And Merlin is so obviously your pick, dude.
Like Elizabeth is in between that, but like Merlin is
and,
like
and,
OP.
and Escanor.
Escanor, yeah. Hey, as long as we're bathing in the sun,
Hey.
we're great.
Big muscles.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, let's go. Get that axe out, baby.
Actually,
Axe me.
actually, though, I do know Bond to be. Actually, I think I picked him on our husbando list.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
if you guys haven't watched our ranking of our husbandos, go check that out. But yeah, Bond always comes up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's a lot of sexual characters in this show.
Yeah.
Meliodas is the least sexual, yet he's the most sexually forward.
Yeah.
He's this little boy, but he's got the machismo of what you think Bond should have or Escanor should have.
Yes. Well, Escanor plays that very like.
He's a good boy.
Good boy, knight in shining armor,
Yeah.
kind of like
Chivalrous.
Yeah, chivalrous.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and Bond is your bad boy, but with like it's like any character that you see, there's always a bit of darkness when you see a person that has like super bright in personality, right? And then the person who's like all dark and like gloomy or like kind of like standoffish or stoic is usually.
It's Breakfast Club. You're describing the Breakfast Club.
Yes, that's exactly it. I fucking love the Breakfast
I
Club.
know you
though.
do.
It's
That's why I brought that up because that's it, right?
Yeah.
Because like Bond, he's like that bad boy,
Yeah.
but he's got like that soft interior, that sensitive, soft guy interior. You know what I mean? And like it's totally Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So this one is, it's a little bit of a soft one to start off at because it definitely gets much more toxic than this from here.
Yeah.
But definitely sexual assault and groping is bad.
Yeah, this is gonna be an
It's bad,
entire.
okay?
Yeah. This is gonna be an entire episode of just PSAs.
Don't do this.
Yeah, in IRL, don't do this. In anime, it's all fictional.
That being said, I'm totally rooting for them.
They are. This is a couple that you want to root for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want it to work out.
You
for
want
them.
it to work out. Yeah.
I agree. All right.
Oh, this is my pick.
Dude, this is a fucking massive, monumental heavy hitter.
So this is Sasuke and Sakura. And okay, so I have to be careful in how I describe this because Jay has not seen.
We've been over it. Yeah. So
Yes.
you guys remember last time.
Yes.
Last time we can't go too deep into Naruto because I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, eventually.
But
But
tell me the deal because I need
So-
to know a little bit.
so the thing about this couple is Sakura, like as far as like her being like useless in the anime and all that kind of stuff, and like we can make some arguments about that with you later when she
Next ranking, most useless characters.
Yeah, this is gonna be a difficult one, but the immense obsession with Sakura or with Sasuke,
Yeah.
like the consistent obsession, and like even to the point where like there's times where she's like, okay, you know what, for the better of the village, like I'm not going to, but I can't stop thinking about him. Meanwhile, this motherfucker
Doesn't give a fuck.
doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care.
He never did, dude.
He's like
what you're describing actually holds up to what I've seen.
Yeah.
Which is early in the show because it was like that
Yes.
even at the beginning, man.
Yes, but here's the thing though. So I won't get into different scenarios, so I won't spoil it for you. But essentially, like at one point, and you've seen like tons of shit, like and you know that Sasuke becomes a bit of a bad guy, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Okay,
I love
yeah.
it.
So
Yes.
right, but it's just the fact that not only has Sasuke tried to kill Sakura.
Oh, on multiple occasions.
Multiple
even what I've
occasions.
seen, even in OG Naruto, man, he's already been turned by Orochimaru. So like,
okay, so so like you literally trying to kill you, and you're still forgiving him. That is the foundation for a relationship where you just don't. You are essentially treating each other and hurting each other, and it's okay. You're normalizing that.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's so messed up.
It's the fucking it's the yandere relationship.
Yandere,
like it's the fucking
No, but here's the thing. Yanderes aren't like Sakura. Yanderes are like fucked up.
But like this is like a toned down version, but the obsession is there.
Yes.
The unhealthy obsession, infatuation, willing to put her own well-being at risk, that's very yandere. Like I think, you know what I mean? Like when I think of that, she's not unhinged like a lot of those characters tend to be.
I mean, she can get a little unhinged at times,
but if
like,
you really,
emotional.
that's like you just did. If you really crack into her motivations and the things she overlooks, she kind of is unhinged, man. She kind of is fucking insane for him.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, right? And then not to mention, like, the fact that he just goes like, okay, fine, like, I'm gonna.
Well, he's the tsundere.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the class. Like that's the class. Like, he's like fucking the stoic. Like you know, You know.
And this is why I hated, Naruto and Hinata being together. Again, it's like Hinata was so sweet and she just wanted to look out for Naruto, and she's not like overly obsessive like Sakura is, but Hinata gets like that a little bit,
but still, from what I've watched, like we talked about last time, I didn't even really pick up on the Hinata Naruto crush very heavily at all in the first little bit. I'm sure it gets way crazier later on, but like it's not as heavy-handed as this is.
No, because Hinata's the thing is like she knows boundaries, and she like kind of admires from afar, but will always come in and like help out when she can, or like if something's going wrong, she'll sacrifice herself in some sort of way, or blah blah blah. But like. And then it's the fact that Naruto just goes like, okay, you like me, Hinata? Okay, let's do this. Fine. Yeah. I'm like, no, Hinata deserves better.
Should be a first choice, not somebody's second or third choice. Yeah,
right? Like, and again, same kind of like with Sasuke and Sakura. Sakura just kind of ended up with Sasuke because he's like, okay, I learned my ways. I'm not bad anymore. Let's do this. Fine. I don't actually really love you.
The fans ship us, so we'll do it. We want to set up a sequel, so we'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, I can get into that sequel too because he's a fucking shitty father.
I believe it.
Yeah,
totally
a real shitty father.
Totally checks out, dude.
But yeah, this is two that should not be together.
Yeah, that's again though, you know what I mean? Like obviously he does try to kill her and there's some like crazy ninja warfare shit going on through all of this, but like if you were to really analyze their relationship on paper, it gets a lot darker than this.
Yeah.
You know, this is fairly tame compared to some of the ones we're going to be getting into.
Oh, yeah.
This one's just not super believable.
Yeah,
but it's like not super toxic.
I don't know, man.
Is it? I'm asking.
Yeah, okay, because I think it maybe not super, super toxic. It's still toxic, but because nobody's like really getting hurt. Okay, if we're talking after the fact when they are together, they're just kind of like
them as a couple, not how they get to being a couple. That can be messy.
Yeah. I mean, well, he does try to kill her.
Exactly.
But as a couple, he is kind of neglectful and like right. Like I mean, it's not toxic, but it's not great.
Damn. It's okay. Earned your place then.
I guess he is. I don't know, man. I feel like he's still toxic. It's toxic.
The way like I'm going fully off assumptions here, but like if in the spinoff they're together and they have a kid, it has to be going somewhat okay.
Okay. I'm gonna spoil this for you.
Please do. If it's Boruto, I don't give a fuck. I'm never watching that.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. If you're a really huge fan, I mean, you're gonna be waiting a long time for Boruto.
So Boruto, I watched the first season, all that kind of stuff. But it's I had a hard time with it too. But we won't get into all those reasons. But essentially, in Boruto, he's never around. He's like super neglectful, not only to Sakura and his kid. He doesn't even know because he goes off training all the time. He comes back, doesn't even recognize his own kid until she's like 14 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I was asking. I'm like, yeah, you earned your spot then, pal.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's kind of like a weird, like low-key Goku.
Yeah, like I said, as you were saying, like, oh, he's off training. I'm like, this is giving Saiyan energy.
Yeah.
All right, moving along to my next pick.
Oh, classic
We've got
couple.
Char Aznable and Quest Pariah from Char's Counterattack, Mobile Suit Gundam. This, to me, is like one of the quintessential like grooming relationships in all of anime.
Oh, 100%.
Gundam has a thing with grooming. They really like injecting these grooming relationships into things, and no doubt that it's a commentary on it, and that it's a criticism of it, and that it's a dissection of grooming relationships. I don't think that they're necessarily trying to romanticize it or glorify it. If anything, like I said, quite the opposite.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I mean, also, you have one of the most fucking annoying characters of all of anime.
Absolutely.
So if anyone has ever watched Char's Counterattack and you've seen this girl, she is so fucking annoying.
It's pretty universal, the hatred. Like, I love her because everybody hates her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel like that's toxic, man.
Yeah, a little bit. But like, I don't know. I love that everybody hates her so much. It makes me kind of like her. You know what I mean? It's weird, backwards way.
You got like the pity like or whatever.
Yeah,
or the yeah. I think it's the pity like.
It's like a weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird backwards one, but they're just super toxic. I mean, if you guys have seen it, you guys know like Char, is the type of guy to kind of do literally anything to reach his end goals. He's that type of guy. It's what makes him so compelling as a character. I wouldn't say great as a character, because even though he's a great character, he's a bad guy. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm a bad guy.
Exactly, right? So like, he's definitely one of those anti-heroes, but this is definitely one thing that he does that I simply cannot
get behind,
justify to anybody is kind of how he treats Quest. I mean, he recognizes this new type of potential in her, and totally fucking power dynamic grooms her into becoming essentially infatuated with him. And you know, it results in her death, and it results in like, you know, a lot of just general nastiness, and it unfortunately is very paralleled in real life. You see these kinds of relationships pop up in Hollywood sometimes.
Oh my God, Hollywood, online,
the music industry. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could lump that in with Hollywood, but and that's what's so great about Gundam, is because they show you the real shit. Yeah. And they shine a light and put a lens over some like very real stuff that you don't think about within the confines of anime usually. Still gross. Still makes me feel nasty. And it's definitely a knock against my boy Char.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like we're trying to debate this right now on like who's the worst, but at the same time, I just agree that on everything. It's like there's not really much to debate. Like, you know what I mean? Like on our last episode when we were trying to like convince each other that one was the better than the other. Like, but I just agree. Like, yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Well, we also said on the last one
like,
that
how am I supposed to defend? What argument am I supposed to make on the other side of this debate to defend?
You're not. You're right. I definitely see what you're saying. Last episode, I said that like, you know, it's I'm not looking at it as a competition, and you said, I am. I always look at it as a fucking contest, and I think this is the one time where you have no choice, dude. This is not a competition.
This is not a competition. Yeah, this is just trying to rank our most fucked up anime couples that we think anyway.
What you can argue is if I were to say something like I was rooting for a certain couple. Oh you could say I am not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So you're rooting for this couple?
I'm not. I was just about to say, this is not an example of that.
Remember, guys, Jay's a liar.
If I could have this be done over again, Yeah, I obviously wish Char wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah.
What I will say though, and this is not a justification to anything. This is not me. I gotta be careful here. I gotta be careful here.
Choose your words.
Char doesn't actually like act on anything.
No, he
in a physical sense.
Yeah,
he manipulates her emotionally.
Yeah,
which is just as bad. Mm-hmm. But for somebody who definitely had probably the opportunity to physically take advantage of her as well, he never did.
Yeah,
he doesn't kiss her. He doesn't, play with her or anything. He doesn't, get her naked or take a bath with her. Mm-hmm. There's other Gundam series where there's actual grown women bathing with little boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this shit pops up here and there. Like this is one of the times where like it's definitely psychological
but that's
abuse.
what makes it more scary, I think. But because it's so
but it's
like
not
calculated.
Both. It's not both, is what I'm saying. It could have been both.
It could have been both, but it's still like the fact that like how calculated it is still very, very scary.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's still a bad one. I guess I was just trying to rationalize why this one isn't the worst of the worst.
Which is the worst? It's all the worst.
It could get much worse.
Yes, agreed.
We're still at that stage in the list.
Yes.
I feel like we're going to reach a point where it doesn't get much worse.
Yeah.
But anyways. It resulted in a bad outcome for both of them in this situation. Mm-hmm. Much worse for Quest. Because she's definitely dead.
Definitely dead.
Okay. Next up.
Okay. So next up. Let's see here. Who do we got here? Oh, we got Endeavor and Ray
from My Hero Academia.
Yes. And whoever has been watching My Hero lately, I mean, if you've been reading the manga, you're way further ahead, but I've only been watching the anime. I'm fully caught up and still watching as it's coming out. This is a very toxic relationship.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know enough of the story to know about these people. I mean, don't worry about spoiling it. Go ahead if you need to, but all I obviously know is Todoroki's parents.
That's it? That's all you know about them?
That's all I know about them. And I know what a piece of shit Endeavor is.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, there's so much, dude, that you're missing.
For sure. I'm sure there is. And that's why I said don't hold back for the sake of our audience. Yeah. They deserve a full discussion on this. Okay. So I'll fucking give her, man.
I'll try to balance it out for you. So because I don't want to spoil it for you because it is really good. Where it gets to, like, there's a oh fuck moment in this current season.
Cool.
Right, like Endeavor is currently on kind of his like what would you call it, redemption arc right now.
Sure.
So, but essentially, we won't even get into the kids. We'll just get into their relationship.
Okay.
Okay. And so their relationship, Endeavor at the time was like, number 2 hero or whatever. And he goes and he's essentially trying to find the perfect wife with the perfect a quirk to essentially have an offspring that's going to beat out All Might. Right, so he is transferring all of, like, this is such an Asian fucking relationship.
He's selectively breeding himself.
He's selectively breeding himself. I mean, like, this is a very like traditional style, like Asian relationship.
Breeding for traits, like physical or personality traits, or
physical or like even status and wealth. I mean, like that kind of story's been around for fucking years.
Yeah, tale as old as time.
But essentially, so it's he pretty much proposes that this would be a really good marriage, and so obviously they're together. And at first, it was great until they have their first son.
Right.
And then when things don't start working out with the kids, right, that's when she starts beating his wife, just straight on physically beating her and like just mentally like
full-blown domestic abuse at home.
It's straight up like domestic abuse. A lot of that's going on, right? Like just a lot of like just mindfuckery and a lot of transference and a lot of like like I guess it's a little bit more so in her mental health. He just breaks her down so much so because of the kids and not being able to produce a specific like ultimate quirk kid that like holds both fire and ice.
It's such a like fucked up and like dark angle to like approach something, especially when they're like so heavy-handed about like fire and ice.
Yeah.
He's the fire, he's the rage, the anger, she's the ice, the cold, you know what I mean? Like,
cool.
like they're so heavy-handed about that, but it doesn't come off as corny because they ground it with like real drama in like the real world, and like these are real people. Yeah, it's fire and ice as a couple, and that's very cheesy, corny, played out. But the realism from which they approach it on this show, like makes it so good.
I mean, if we take the quirks out just entirely, and we're talking about successor in a corporate business, right? Like,
Perfect.
you know,
great example.
Like nepotism, right? It's just everywhere here, right? Trying to get these kids to become the next corporate leader,
of course,
right? And then each one is just a failure, and after a failure, after a failure, right? And then you fuck up your kids' lives mentally too, right? Like you fuck up. Like there's so much domestic trauma that happens here.
Well, people aren't building their families for love. They're building it for gain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and which is fucked up because at some point, like before all the kids came into the relationship, there was some love between them.
Sure.
Right. Like he was trying. He got him like her favorite flowers and like which is like some blue flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
that's to ultimately try and get that ultimate redemption.
Yeah, but they
got to have that sliver of something in there for them to loop back to when they eventually forgive each other.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of happening a little bit right now in the anime. But
redemption time.
It's redemption time. Like he's become kind of one of my favorites, even though he's a piece of shit in that way.
Hey man,
like,
the gray complex characters are usually the best characters, man.
Yeah. Well, I guess
hate them or love them, they're the best characters.
Yes, agreed, 100%.
Yeah,
agreed.
All right,
moving on.
That's a good one.
This is a good one.
All right, I did it to him, guys. Another episode.
Who's this?
Another Dragon Maid reference. I'm doing my best here. I don't think I had any in the Husbando episode, but funnily enough, I'm busting out my wild card from our waifu episode, the one that I used to like wreck your lineup basically, because you couldn't argue against her status as an actual waifu. That being said, getting into the uglier side of things,
look, I'll just say it's Alulu is still probably my favorite.
She's the best, absolutely.
She is the best.
But Lukoa fits the waifu role far more, right?
So this is Lukoa and
Shota from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. So yeah, this one for obvious reasons is super not okay. Just based off, perceived ages here.
I've summoned my goddess.
Yeah, okay. So for anybody who hasn't seen this show, first of all, go watch it. Second of all, Shota is a young boy who comes from a family of mages. Mm-hmm. This is a world where like mages are still a thing, even though it's modern day, and they just pass it down through their family. He really wants to impress his father, so decides that, hey, I know a really impressive spell that I can cast that will really impress my dad and show him I'm a great mage. I'm going to summon a demon.
Mm-hmm. The best demon of all demons.
I don't think he realized at the time that he was summoning essentially a succubus. If you want to really define her, I mean, she's Quetzalcoatl, like the Aztec goddess, but like still, she's for all intents and purposes, she's a succubus. Okay, she is a demon who is summoned to basically provide earthly pleasures to the summoner, which in this case is our young boy Shota, which results in him frantically trying to escape her advances
all the time,
while she is just baffled and confused as to why he's not interested, because she doesn't understand that he's a child. Mm. So,
I mean, which is crazy considering
there's a lot there.
Considering she is probably one of the most powerful gods of Earth.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You actually don't even really see her go dragon mode in the show. She's got her own backstory, but it doesn't really ever involve her showing off her powers. But yeah, like Quetzalcoatl is like a goddess worshipped by an entire civilization.
Yeah.
That's her.
And just running after a little kid.
She's just trying to jump in the bath with him every chance she gets and wanting to cuddle him, but he doesn't realize that she means without any clothes on, and it creates a lot of uncomfortable, icky situations. Mm-hmm. But the show, as we've talked about on our Dragon Maid episode, it does do a pretty good job at avoiding those situations from actually happening.
Yes.
And
it's
playing off the fact that it's wrong.
Yes.
They know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. You know they know it's wrong.
But I know that they know.
They're playing with it though.
Yeah,
they
knew.
But they're playing with it.
Oh, they knew.
Yeah. But they're playing with that. And that's what makes this show so compelling, right? And it happens elsewhere in some of the other relationships on the show, but this is the most problematic.
Yeah, the only reason why I know that it is a little bit more grounded in reality, where it's because he's at an age where he still doesn't like girls, right?
Exactly.
Girls are icky.
Yes.
Right? So that's why it makes sense to me.
Yes.
But like if he was a teenager... Fuck no.
100%.
Like that shit would have like flown in outer space already. Like
it would have
they would have been going. It would have turned into a hentai.
They would have crossed lines. Yeah. Absolutely. Even if he was a few years older, it still would have been like inappropriate, not okay, crossing lines territory.
Yes.
But then you could continue to age him up, and if you make him in his 20s, everything's above board.
Yes.
Everything's good to go. So definitely some huge issues here with like age, with consent, with optics. You know what I mean? Just a lot of things. It just doesn't look good. And
well, I mean, aesthetically, she looks good.
She looks good, but it doesn't. Whatever they've got going on doesn't look good. So it's a real bad one, man.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely one that I definitely can't justify outside of the confines of like. It's self-aware and it's funny.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I can rationalize their dynamic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, any of these situations, especially in anime in general, the trope is that they always play off of it like as if it's a slapsticky, funny situation, right? When really, if we were to bring that in IRL, it would be very problematic. But because it's fiction, we are allowed to watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, it's how they approach it, right?
Yeah.
She jumps in the bath with Shota. He runs away screaming. No. They laugh. They move on to the next scene. She's not grabbing him forcefully, hurting him, holding him down, shoving him under the wall. You know what I mean? Like all these different ways that they could make it super like scary and fucked up. Yeah. It's not that. You know what I mean? So like how you approach it matters a lot in anime, I think, right? So definitely gross, definitely not okay, but I can't help but laugh whenever they have a scene together, man. It's funny to me. Yeah. And if that makes me gross, I guess I'm gross.
I mean, I can't really judge, man.
I guess that's true. Well, let's see.
Monster Musume was one of my favorite couples.
That's very true. That's very true. Let's see if you can justify your next pick.
Oh, yes.
I don't know anything about this one, man.
I can absolutely justify this one. This one is...
And I don't know what anime it's from. They just look kind of a little bit scary.
So this is Yuno and Yukiteru from Future Diary.
Future Diary. Okay, I don't even know what that anime is about, dude.
So this anime, it's got mixed reviews, I feel like. Like generally a lot of people do really like it when it first came out. But essentially you have like a cell phone which kind of tells the future. Okay. And like only certain people have these cell phones and you all have to kind of take each other out to be like the new god. And each future reading is very different from the other. So like his cell phone, he can see like 10 seconds into the future or something like that, 10 minutes. It's been a while since I've watched it. Yeah. And her cell phone sees his future, right? So she can't know what her future actually looks like.
Right.
But, so this is your classic yandere girl.
So she is obsessed with him?
She is absolutely obsessed, absolutely fucked up. We'll do absolutely anything and we'll fuck people up. Like, here's the thing. This is where I get really fucked up sometimes when I really kind of do some self-reflection, because I don't think there's ever been a yandere that I haven't simped for.
You like it?
You know, I don't know.
Like it? You like the crazy?
Yeah, I like it, a little bit of crazy, like the obsession. Like, I guess I like being chased a little bit.
Sure.
I also do like chasing, but at the same time,
Yeah.
But the biggest reason too is I don't know if we're gonna do this one eventually, so I don't know how much I want to spoil for you, but
Just do it.
okay.
I can already tell you I don't care, so just do it.
Fuck you, man.
No. I just mean about like you keeping this a secret from me.
Okay.
I care about your point.
Yes.
I just don't care if you spoil
the entire
future diary.
Okay. Well, anyway, so the entire thing is while she's protecting him, right? This entire time, like, he goes insane because he starts thinking like, oh my God, like, okay, she is really all for me. And then all of a sudden they find out like she fucking kills like these people and buried them in the backyard. And
She's a murderer.
She essentially is a murderer. And when it gets all the way down to just the two of them left out of all the diaries, right? And he starts thinking, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be together. Maybe, you know, like he's questioning, there's doubts going on. And she's like, well, okay, well, I'm going to fucking kill you then. And goes and tries to murder him. Meanwhile, you find out later that she's already beat the game entirely once before and is redoing the game to try to get a different outcome so that she can have him the way that she wants him to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like you take all of the horrible things about her and then you multiply it by 2.
Yes. Because she's done it twice. Yeah, at this point. Right?
Yeah, man, dude, that is loaded.
Yeah, like you
fully loaded.
Like I like the gaslighting, the manipulation, the all the foreknowledge that she already has to try to manipulate the whole game again. Like,
it also says something when a character can make you as the audience member feel violated.
Yeah, a little bit.
Feel like you've been like tricked and taken advantage of. Literally by her. When that I don't know. I mean, I obviously didn't get that bomb dropped the same way you did, but I'd be a little bit like, what the fuck? How dare you?
Is this fucked up? Does this mean that, like, because in that moment I was just like, oh, that's such a sweet thing for somebody to do for me.
But she's doing it
just kidding.
in a psycho way.
Yeah.
So there's no sweetness.
No. It's all control.
Yeah.
It is all control.
Yeah. That is a little telling for you, Mikey. You might want to check on that.
I'm not actually like this in IRL, guys. My wife is actually really sweet.
It's true. It's very true.
But with anime, I guess it's because it's escapism, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's where you get to indulge in the things that you are not and that are not your life.
No.
100%, dude.
I mean, we fucking save kittens. That's all we do.
Yeah, literally. The sweetest existence.
But yeah, that was up there for me.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I don't know who they are, but based on how you described it, good fucking God. We're gonna go to another real bad one from one pink-haired lady to the next. We got Makima and Denji from Chainsaw Man. I had to pick this one. Obviously, if you guys have seen season 1, you know already why this is bad. If you've read the manga, you know even more why this is really bad.
Okay. See, I haven't read the manga.
Yeah.
So
you'll learn.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
See, I keep hearing, like, I know we've talked about this again on the podcast. I know that Makima is supposedly nobody likes her at the end of it, but I don't know, man. Like, she's got that luster. She's got that va-va-voom, like.
She's giving you the fear boner.
Yeah.
I get it. But for anybody that doesn't know, Makima essentially kind of becomes the almost like a guardian. I don't want to say a legal guardian, but like she kind of becomes just like the caretaker of Denji.
There's a power dynamic there that like
Yeah, and Makima has a pack of dogs, a pack of huskies that she keeps that she loves very, very much, and she finds a lot of different ways to essentially work Denji into the pack, so to speak, by literally straight up, no symbolism, treating him like a fucking dog. That is what she does. There's no way to dress it up. There's no fancy way to do it.
No.
She truly, on every level, is treating him like he's a fucking German Shepherd. Yeah, like using sexual favors like they're fucking begging strips, dog treats. You know, like.
Well, we had this conversation on our chainsaw episode because he literally is a dog in a lot of senses.
Yes,
or I guess figuratively.
And there is obviously the aspect of his level of consent.
Yes,
which is high. He is highly consenting to whatever Makima is trying to do. But again, consent isn't everything when there's a power dynamic involved. And this is one of the most intense power dynamic situations possible. I can't go into everything about it.
Yes.
But as far as spoilers go, but like this is the epitome of an immature, inexperienced person being taken advantage of by somebody who knows far more than them and has far more experience in this world. And
not only just like life experience, but like seduction experience.
Yeah, sexual experience and being the main thing. Yeah, because that's how she's getting him. She zeroed in on the fact that that's his biggest motivator, and now she's just manipulating with him with it every chance she gets.
Yeah, so much so that he doesn't even he looks at other girls, but comes back to her in thought, right?
All the time,
and doesn't even go and explore dating other people with like a high school student probably would have.
Yeah.
Right?
He's loyal to a fault to her, and she has done essentially nothing to earn that loyalty.
Oh yeah,
pretty much nothing.
No.
She does make good on her promises when she makes them. When he does come through with things, like he gets the titty grope, and like things happen, but like it's the ulterior motives are 100%
out the wazoo.
Always there. You know, it's the only motives she has are ulterior ones. She has no genuine motives, and I will say that above board. Makima does not
above shirt, or undershirt.
Makima does not like Denji. Okay, people who ship them, you're shipping something that is just impossible. But like, good for you, I guess. So, anyways, it's a real bad one. It's only gonna get fucking worse.
Yeah, like you guys. Okay, first of all, if you haven't seen Chainsaw Man or Red Chainsaw Man, and you're like really heavily in the anime community, you gotta go watch this. Like it's like I would be very surprised that anyone in the anime community hasn't heard about this.
And you're not cool for being the one person in your friend group who hasn't watched it. Just saying.
Just saying. And even if you want to hate on it, go watch it so that you know what you're hating on.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So when you're watching this, make sure you also like and subscribe.
He did it.
I did it.
I feel like we thought of it at the exact same time. Nice. Nicely
when
done.
You're on your computer. Yeah.
We're serious about that, though. Yeah. Please, guys, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe wherever you're getting your podcast, comment, tell a friend, because that's the best way we get noticed and people find us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So please do that. We love you. And thank you. And back to being toxic. I'm just gonna start singing Britney Spears.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a track, dude. That's such a good song. Okay,
she's toxic.
Should we move on from these toxic too?
Yes, let's move on. Who we got next?
Also, for the record, guys, it actually wasn't easy to pick a toxic relationship from Chainsaw Man. There are a lot. It's kind of built on a bunch of toxic relationships. So yeah.
Toxic, dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. This is Seiji and Mika from Durara.
This is unfortunately another one I don't know.
So this is.
You guys are learning how bad I am at being senpai.
Yeah.
Anyways,
you, here's the thing about you being senpai, right? Like it's we've talked about this. I feel like we've talked about this before, where it's like the anime that you do watch, you end up knowing way more about.
Sure.
Because you go deeper into it, and then the companies and the mangakas and all that stuff. But like, I just consume so many.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Well, that was why, guys, you don't know the behind the scenes, but when we were picking our lists, Mikey swore at me a whole bunch after I sent him mine. He got real mad at me because they were such good picks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, actually though, he was swearing at me, but I felt confident picking who I picked because I knew Mikey is like a fucking anime encyclopedia, in that he would have 1,000 toxic couples to pick out of, and he'd have no issue picking some real doozies, which, as you can see, he's definitely doing.
Well, I mean, any yandere, like I said before, any yandere relationship is a toxic relationship.
I know, but you know a bunch. I know,
because most of my waifus are like that.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. There you go, everybody. Now we know. Now we know why. My guy.
So anyways, this is Seiji and Maki.
Yeah.
I think it's Maki. I can't remember now.
I think it was.
Yeah. No, Mika. It's
Mika.
So Seiji and Mika from Durarara. Okay, so this dude, Seiji here, and if you watch this anime, you know Celti is the woman without the head.
The motorcycle helmet.
Motorcycle helmet. What kind of monster is she? I think it was I think I had this hard time last week with the last episode.
I don't think we talked about what kind of monster she was.
Yeah, but it's just the headless horseman monster, whatever they're called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy fell in love with just the head. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So this guy fell in love with the head and became super obsessed with just this the Celti's head.
She's an Irish fairy called a Dullahan.
Dullahan, yes.
Yeah.
Du hast.
No, Irish.
I know. I just started singing Rammstein for no reason. So he straight up just fell in love with just the head in the jar. And and then his sister noticed how much he was falling in love with this head. And
that's his sister?
No, that's not his sister.
Okay.
This is it gets better. But Mika has been a stalker of Seiji for a long time.
Okay.
Has been stalking him and stalking him and stalking him. Sister
Does he know her?
He knows. Yeah, and he's like, get away from me, get away from me, all that kind of stuff. And then, but eventually his sister convinces Mika to have plastic surgery to look like the head, to change her face, to look like Celti's head.
We talked about this last time. And
convinces this dude, his brother, to start dating the stalker girl, Mika. And he's like, okay, I agree to this only because it's going to, fill the void in the meantime until I can figure out how to get, with this head, with Celti's head for actually get it back on the body or something and be with Celti actually. And then I can toss this girl aside,
Dude, my brain right now is 1,000 degrees.
Right.
See, we got the Cliff's Notes version of that last week because it's is Shinra. That's the name.
No, yeah. Shinra. Yeah, Shinra.
That's the
Shinra.
plastic surgeon.
Yes.
Because we talked about
how he does all that kind of
stuff.
How
he does that kind of shit.
Yeah, and so that's how it happens. And again, and it's also his sister that convinces them to do it because she thinks that it's going to be better for them.
Dude, why? Everybody in this show fucking sucks.
I wouldn't say they suck, man. It's actually a really good show. It's one of those ones where it's I don't know what I'm watching, but I can't stop watching it. But at the same time, I do know what's going on.
I don't know, man. You should not be getting plastic surgery to look like other people, first of all.
It's just honestly just dysfunction and toxic on dysfunction and toxic.
Yeah.
Toxicity over and over
and
over again.
And then they're getting advice from people who just tell them to do more toxic shit.
Yeah. And it's just how they all intertwine. It's so good.
That's the definition of a shitstorm, dude.
Yeah, it's a great shitstorm. I like watching a good tire fire.
I'm excited to not cover this one for a long time.
Why?
Because, dude, everything I've heard about it makes it sound like a real shit time.
Okay.
Maybe it's sweet. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around how it could be. But anyways, what do we got up next?
This is your pick.
My God, dude, we're doing it.
Yes.
This is my real heavy hitter. This is the one that's probably topping a lot of lists out there. It's got to be at least in some of your brains. Misa and Light from Death Note. Everybody's favorite anime goth girl. And then we have Light.
Yes.
He has no cool descriptor. It's just Light. He thinks he's really smart, but he's not. And
I mean, he's relatively smart. He knows how to eat a chip. That's for sure.
He's smarter. He's smarter than the people around him. But the moment he comes up against an actual smart person in L, he gets very quickly schooled. But that's not the worst part about Light. The worst part about Light is the fact that he absolutely uses Misa like a fucking toy. Like his plaything. The moment he realizes that he can use her for something, he takes advantage of her every way he possibly can. Truly convinces her that he cares about her, has her infatuated with him. I mean, she's a yandere character for sure.
Yeah, she's got definitely got those qualities. Absolutely.
Definitely. And he knows that. And he uses that to his advantage like a slime ball. And he uses it to his advantage literally in all of their interactions. There isn't a single sweet, genuine, nice thing that he does.
Because everything has an ulterior motive.
100% of what he's doing is using and manipulating her.
But she knows that too, though. At the end of the day, she really she knows. She even goes on I'll do anything for you, and
and again, that introduces a level of consent, but consent is not everything when there's a power dynamic.
Yes,
and there absolutely is one here. She worships Light because she thinks he's Kira. Well, she knows he's Kira.
Kira, yeah.
Right, and that immediately, it's God status.
It's spiritual predator kind of shit that's happening.
Yeah,
but not in the same.
But by God.
By God.
If God was running a secret sex cult.
Yeah.
But it was actually Jesus and not Jared Leto. You know what I mean? But it was actually Jesus. That's kind of what we've got going on here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And the stakes are life and death here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it obviously it doesn't get higher than life or death stakes. So the highest stakes, the most conniving, the worst intentions, and the least amount of genuine care out of almost any of the ones that I've suggested.
But you know what? I think that really makes a good villain, right? Because if you we've watched so many animes and movies, Marvel movies, whatever, and a good villain is always about the end goal for the greater good, right? His version of justice.
Well, that's your favorite kind of villain.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. That's my. Yes, I'm being very biased.
Yeah.
Right.
We know you like a Thanos.
Yeah, I know. Yes, exactly. I love a Thanos, but it's exactly that, right? It's I will by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter who I have to step on or have their life be destroyed or whatever. And I mean, Misa, there's a few times where things could have gone a lot worse for Misa and things kind of work out a little bit in her favor at a few moments throughout the series. But generally, I feel really, really awful for her. And again, despite her asking for a lot of what she ends up getting, her choices are ill-informed. And I feel bad for her about that, and that's really it for Misa. You know what I mean? She's one of my favorite designed characters in all of anime. I think she's iconic in her black dress.
Yeah, she's very cute.
And yeah,
very easily cosplayed.
Oh, absolutely. And I think one of the better parts of the story of Death Note. I really liked her inclusion and her involvement in things.
Yeah, it was a nice twist when she first appeared.
Yeah, I think it helped make the show for me personally. So I think it's a monumental pick. I think it's a Mount Rushmore of toxic relationships pick. If I was going to pick my top pick, I think out of everything I've chosen so far, for my opinion on the most toxic anime relationship, I think that this would be my pick.
Yeah.
But
I mean, come on, like Seiji and Mika from
I was going to say my pick, but I was
Yeah.
like, but clearly
yeah, it's not as fucked
you
up.
know and watch many more fucked up things than I do. And this is exactly what I expected when I picked my list. That's why I didn't feel bad for picking these heaters.
Yeah.
Because I knew you were just going to make my picks look like fucking kitty cats in comparison. And you are, dude.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. All right?
Oh, yes. This is my next pick here. You know what's funny about this pick is actually this is one of my I really enjoyed this anime.
Okay.
It's really problematic. This is My Domestic Girlfriend.
Okay.
And it's Ruri, Natsuno, and Hina.
Okay.
Okay. This has probably one of the best opening songs too.
Oh, cool.
I really enjoyed it. It's like this piano thing and it like comes in super hard, but
Nice.
that's here nor there. So this is a great one. This is
3 people.
this is 3 people. So this is a power fantasy for teenagers.
Okay.
This is a power fantasy. There's a very problematic power fantasy.
Okay.
Right? Like, cause I
A
fucking,
lot of power fantasies are problematic.
yes. Like I fucking know for every hetero male out there at some point in their teenage life when they've heard that a teacher was like doing it with a student, which is awful and terrible, they also were thinking, why wasn't it me?
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, I definitely have not.
I don't know, man.
No. Listen,
You're hesitating here.
I have not, to my recollection, heard of a real life instance
Yeah.
of sexual abuse from a teacher where I was like, "Damn, that kid's lucky." I
No,
can't remember
no.
that.
Yeah.
That being said, have I watched my fair share of adult material
Yes.
where a student is, involved with an older female teacher?
Yes. It is very common.
Dude.
It's a big one of the
Tale as old as time. Okay.
It's a tale as old as time.
Right? So like that obviously is very much ingrained in society.
Yes.
And Hot for Teacher, dude, the Van Halen song.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
the whole Van Halen song about it.
Yeah. So anyways, our pro tag here, the dude, ends up sleeping with the blue-haired girl,
Who is his
his contemporary. So
Okay.
so they're
classmate.
classmates, school together. They went out. They first episode, they ended up sleeping together.
Crazy.
Right, because she wanted to gain more experience and knowing what that is.
She's a freak, eh?
She's a freak.
Yeah.
She's actually not that much of a freak.
I know. I just felt like saying that.
But so Natsuo is our dude. So Rui is our girl,
Okay.
and Hina, which is the long brunette,
Yes, the one who looks a little older.
she is actually their teacher, and also happens to be Rui's older sister. And his dad's single. It's just him and his dad. They end up marrying into each other's families, so they now live with each other, all 3 of them.
Wait. So the one on the right is the older sister of the one on the left.
Yeah, so Hina, which is on the right, so with the brown hair.
And Homeboy's dad
Homeboy's dad
married their mom.
married their mom.
So now they have a blended family.
Now they have a blended family. So there's 3 kids and two
two
parents, right? In the
Now
same
the
house.
3 of them are in the same house.
Yes.
But she's their teacher.
She's their teacher.
Jesus Christ, okay?
Okay. So
This is such a porno, dude. This is such porn. Anyways, go on.
yeah. So Rui, his contemporary, right? They don't actually like each other, right? Well, he does, but he doesn't, and it's very confusing for them as teenagers.
The 2 on the left?
2 on the left.
Okay, yeah, sorry,
So
yeah.
so Rui's the
Yeah,
blue-haired girl.
yeah, sorry, yeah.
So they're both teenagers, and so
They fucked already, though.
they fucked already, yeah.
But they don't like each other.
They don't like
really.
each other.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
because it was because it's confusing for them, right? And
Sure.
and Rui didn't want to
They're having second thoughts.
They're having second thoughts. And,
Okay.
and you know what? I'm trying to remember too, because I watched it while it was airing, and then I haven't seen it since.
Okay.
But but yeah, essentially they're trying to figure it out, right? Like learning how to be together, but at the same time, Hina, I think that was her name, Hina, and Natsuo are starting to get it on, like with each other. Like not in the sense that like they've slept with each other yet, but in the sense that they're starting to develop feelings. Like there's an entire scene where Hina is just in her bedroom, like masturbating and thinking about him. And I can't remember if it was him that saw her or if it's Rui that saw her. But essentially, like that starts to come into play, and like where everybody knows that, like, oh, he likes, my sister and all this stuff. So, so for our listeners, Jay just can't handle any of this right now because he's just taking off his glasses and rubbing his eyes.
There's just so much, man. There's just so much to this one. So, Jesus Christ. So
eventually, he ends up being together with Hina in an apartment. Like they rent a hotel, they do it, blah, blah, blah. But somebody takes a picture of them and then she gets fired.
Okay.
Right. And then
as she should, it's his teacher,
right? Yeah. And all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, and then she ends up like moving away. Anyway, that's how it ends. But yeah, it's just this crazy tumultuous relationship between three of them that
it's like all of the setup for a porn.
Yeah.
Without the porn.
Like it gets pretty ecchi, but like it's not it's definitely not a full-blown hentai.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I mean
like problematic on problematic.
I know porn has kind of made the term step sibling arbitrary.
Yes.
But like that's your step sibling. That's your sibling. That's your sister. Those are his sisters. It's a blended family now. Your parents got married. Guess what? Those are your sisters. That's it, dude. Sorry. Maybe it's awkward if you banged before your parents got together, and now your stepsister is somebody that you previously banged. Yeah, that's awkward. That sucks. Bad twist of fate. But like to be like willingly going into that and like exploring that further, and I don't know, man. Homeboy's got fucking problems for sure. Yeah. So do they.
Yeah.
Honestly, it feels like dark hair girl is the most not fucked up, or sorry, the least fucked up.
Yeah, the least fucked up, but she's still fucked up.
Okay.
Right, because she still likes, she's learning that she does like him still, and is jealous of her older sister. But that's the other thing, right? It's the
she had him first.
Yeah, but it's the power dynamic between the teacher and him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. It's that's the big one, and then for her, she just wanted that experience and learning what it was to be an adult, right? And not kind of like. Just kind of getting rid of her V card so that she knows what it is, instead of actually like going out and trying to fall in love, getting heartbroken, blah blah blah. But like,
I mean, if with her, like the dark hair one, like everything from what I've heard about her, it seems pretty above board. It seems like just a young teenager going through the motions and just making mistakes and living life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's those two, over there that really bring in the grossness of the dynamic. You know what I mean? For him to be going after her sister, for that sister to be their teacher, for that teacher to be taking advantage of him, it's just like...
But it's a bit of a love triangle too, right? Because he also sometimes think, oh, I might have feelings for Rui. Like, do I? Like, we're same
But then I don't blame her, the young one. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The rest of it is truly next level 10 out of 10 fucked up. But like, but I guess, yeah, if I was going to pull out any redemption out of this whole situation, it's that the one with the dark hair at least seems to be somewhat normal.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Okay.
We'll go with comparatively.
Comparatively.
So that actually rounds out our main picks.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I think. But we have
some honorable mentions.
As always, we have honorable mentions. I have one. You got a couple.
Wait. So we got to pick our top fucked up couple now.
The absolute top most fucked up. I mean, for me, I can't get Misa and Light out of my head as far as fucked up. But
But that's very. I feel like Light and Misa are very like two-dimensional, like right, like or one-dimensional, because it is very clear that it's guy taking advantage of girl who's obsessed with guy. You know, you got that symbiotic relationship that has been a tale as old as time, right? It's when you get really complicated with certain things and you start getting really conniving, where you're also not only doing the mental game but the physical game, and then like.
So who are you leaning towards then right now?
Honestly,
I feel like your picks were probably the ones we'd be going off of if that's the case.
I think it should be Durara with Mika and Seiji, because getting plastic surgery. Okay, first being a stalker, then getting plastic surgery to look like a head of a monster, and then the guy being okay for a while to date this girl who's been a stalker and hates her because she looks like that Celti's head. Like
it's definitely one of the more fucked up ones, but there are people generally doing what they want to do in that situation. I mean, she gets coerced into getting the plastic surgery, but she goes and gets it herself. She does it willingly, right? Some of the other ones pique my interest, like Endeavor. You know what I mean? Where we're talking about physical abuse, domestic abuse, emotional harm, long-lasting stuff being done against somebody's will. Those are the ones that I think like really
kind of hit home more.
Yeah, because it's I don't know, maybe like I'm a fan of consent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am too.
So I know you are. So like. I think when people are stripped of that, or when that's not in an equation, it automatically really adds
a
huge layer.
Yeah.
And to just imagine, Todoroki's mother just being like brutalized by him makes
mentally
me sick.
And like
makes me sick. You know what I mean? So like that's one that jumps up for me. Also the complexity of the Future Diary one.
Yeah.
Like there are
actually that one probably takes the cake. Yeah, there's layers and layers and layers and no consent involved.
And she murders people.
She murders people, not to mention she knows everything about him already.
Yes.
Right? Like and is manipulating everything without his consent and letting him know what's actually going on and what she's doing.
Yeah. So like that was one that I like, as you guys just saw. And you can rewind to. I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
To that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I would say that one takes the cake.
We'll go with that one?
We'll go with that one.
Future Diaries?
Future Diaries.
That's what we're picking, guys. That one sucks. That relationship sucks. All right? That's it.
You guys should tell us in the comments below, like, who are some of the shittiest couples that you guys know?
We know you have them. We know you have them.
Toxic relationships. Like, I mean, okay, so honestly, for me, though, if I were to go, like, the ultimate, like, toxic relationship, whether it be manga or anime, it has to still be killing stalking for me.
Okay.
Actually, it's technically a manhwa, but like it is the most fucked up thing I've ever read. It's a BL, but like this is the most fucked up relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, and the power dynamic shifts that happen, like it is crazy.
Okay, that sounds scary.
Yeah, it is actually legitimately really scary.
Okay.
Like I usually like a lot of fucked up shit, and even this one made me like I need to like take like a breather from life for the next like week.
Damn.
Like, like I just need to like lay here in my thoughts.
Maybe we gotta rank like scariest animes or scariest, whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one to do.
Yeah, but the scary stuff is hard because you got horror, which usually kind of falls more in the gore, and then psychological horror, right? And I always find psychological stuff more fucked up.
But that's the fun of that episode is we get to dish and talk about why we think these things are so scary. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to
some honorable mentions. So these ones were a little looser, guys. We didn't want to put these on our main lists for various reasons. My main reason for not putting my honorable mention on the list was because it's not an actual relationship in the sense that like
they were actually dating.
They weren't really dating, or there wasn't like a confirmed like romantic crush. But I think anybody who's about to see who I'm going to switch to right now will see exactly why I fucking picked them.
Yeah.
And that is Guts and Griffith from Berserk. So, guys, this is one of my biggest like ships that I would say in anime, where I shipped them from the moment I saw them together, and the show like took my dreams and like crumpled them up into a little ball, ate them, and then shat them out
with a curse
onto my face.
Yeah.
That's what this show did.
Yeah.
And that shit coming down onto my face was like an eclipse or something, blocking out the light. Do you know what I'm saying, Mikey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, if you know, you know.
You know.
But this one was crazy, man, because I remember the first time I watched Berserk, I was so intrigued and so like interested in this fucking dynamic. And I can't wait to cover Berserk, which we're going to do soon, guys, I promise. But because I really can't wait to talk more about this.
Actually, if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, comment below, because we're having this discussion now. So if
opinion time, guys, we need it, please,
because we are going to be covering Berserk for the mangaka's name, I can't remember his name.
Kentaro Miura.
Yeah, Kentaro. So for Kentaro's, I believe either birthday or
death anniversary.
But should we be doing the 90s version, the 90s anime, or the memorial, the one that just came out recently?
You mean the Golden Age arc?
Yeah, Golden Age arc, the memorial edition.
Okay.
So which two should we be doing?
We're not
which one?
Contemplating covering the new 3D show.
Oh God, the 3D show.
We don't talk
We
about
don't
that.
talk about that one.
If you guys have been with us for a while now, it's come up on so many episodes now. I don't even I've lost count, I think.
Yes.
But we each have our camps as far as which ones we want to watch, but we can't really decide. And if there's a strong feeling from you guys, please let us know and maybe give us your reasons and see if we can maybe convince one or the other to go one direction or the other.
Yes.
But without knowing right now, unless you actually already know from our past episodes which one Mikey and I want, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We want your opinion.
Yeah.
What do you guys want us to cover? What do you think would be the right play? Comment, DM us. I don't care how you communicate it to us, but please let us know for Berserk, okay?
Yes.
Anyways,
thank you.
Back to this. So my first time watching this, I was very, very intrigued by their dynamic because I haven't really seen a male hetero dynamic that is quite like this one. And I say hetero loosely because I wonder about Griffith. Mostly just because of how he treats Guts. It definitely makes me wonder. This isn't the first man that he has seduced.
Yeah, seduce would be a good word for it. The appropriate. Well, like I even told you about that meme I saw today.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, like Guts
handling multiple 10,000 dudes, but in different ways.
Guts is like one picture of him saying, "I can take on 100 men," and then. He's got his big fucking Dragon Slayer sword, and then the next one is Griffith. It says the same thing, but he's like, I can take on 100 different men.
Yeah.
He's in like a seductive pose,
looking gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I really loved this this dynamic where you have this knight who is, very dutiful and very valorous, and he wants to serve, whoever's paying him. I mean, he's essentially a mercenary. And he ends up, under the watch of the Band of the Hawk, which is led by Griffith. And Griffith just takes this liking to Guts. He just has this kind of infatuation with him where he's intrigued by his power. He's intrigued by his dedication, his loyalty. He pushes the bounds of that loyalty. He plays with that. He treats Guts like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
molds him.
He just molds him into whatever he wants and whatever he thinks he can. And sometimes Guts pushes back and it doesn't go well. But Griffith almost seems okay with whatever Guts pushes back on is fine. Griffith just wants to learn more about Guts. And it definitely gets to a point where it starts to feel manipulative because oftentimes Griffith is getting to know Guts so that he can find other ways to use him, other ways that it can benefit Griffith in the end.
Yeah.
And all of this, you know, as anybody who knows that's seen it, Jordy, if you're watching this, turn it off now or I'll kill you. Anybody that knows the way things kind of end up, you know, at least in the 90s anime or the Golden Age arc as well.
Yeah.
You know, you end up with this eclipse. You know, for all, you know, long story short, Griffith fucking sells his soul to the devil, and betrays Guts in the most brutal, horrific, violent, sexual way that you can imagine. And it's a betrayal on levels unknown. I would put it right up there with top 5 betrayals in all media, books, movies, TV. I struggle to find a more horrific scene than the eclipse and what is done between these two.
I fucking love fucking Berserk though. Man,
Oh, it's incredible.
so good.
But that's why Berserk is so good. It's because they're
true.
willing to go there. It is the true darkness. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Well, not the same thing. It's one of the things that makes From Software video games so good. Is, you know, that gothic medieval vibe, and I love it to death. But this is a relationship, man, that is just fucking messy and generally bad. It has very little happiness or goodness behind it. And I know I just took way too long to talk about an honorable mention, but this is one I almost put on my list. I just didn't because, you know, they never really do solidify the romance.
Yeah, they never really do. But
What I will say, the picture I've chosen here, there is a subtitle that's kind of cropped out at the bottom. The subtitle literally says, as Griffith is holding Guts's head in his hands, it's still attached to his body, but he's holding Guts's face, and he says, "You're mine." So that should tell you fucking literally everything about Griffith's mentality about this whole relationship. That being said, one of those ones that I wished would have worked out right from the beginning, man. I was rooting for them. I really wished things were gonna turn around somehow, and we were gonna end up with, you know, the two most powerful gay medieval knights that you could possibly imagine.
Yes.
They'd be the yin to each other's yang. They are.
They are,
but even more so because they'd be naked in bed.
Wow, there's a lot of fanfic out there.
Yeah,
sure.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my honorable pick.
Honorable mention.
And now Mikey's got kind of a few, you know, a bit of a rapid fire round.
Yeah. Goku and Chi-Chi, we had to name them.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about them.
We talked about it last time.
Yeah, in our Valentine's Day episode. This is all about anti-Valentine's Day, even though,
they don't kiss when they make babies.
Yeah.
So that's all we got to say about that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have another one I don't know.
So this one is for all you MILF lovers out there.
Oh my goodness.
Do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks?
That's the worst name for an anime. Actually, no, there's worse, but that's up there.
It's up there. Okay, so this isn't quite in the it almost made the pick, but it doesn't really because they're not quite in a romantic relationship, but it's very, very vague whether or not they could be. So this is mom and son, right? And mom is super fucking smoking hot. They designed her really well. So it's Masato and Mamako. And they essentially they get isekai'd in, and she becomes OP. And there's just all these funny situations where like she's just trying to do her best to like, you know, do the best for her son, and then her son's reluctant. But then something happens, and then he ends up like talking to his mom. But the way that he talks to him and the way that the mom talks back is just so romantic. And like
I can already see the way she's looking at him right now, and knowing that that's his mom makes me want to just go to the next slide.
Yeah,
real fast.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna like the next slide.
Oh no! Wait, hold on. Who is it though? I don't know anybody, so I don't know what to. And who's this?
Okay, so this is No Game, No Life. So this one is Sora and Shiro, and this is another isekai Okay, and
They
this
are
is
family members.
they are brother and sister.
Stop, dude. Why?
And the way that they interact with each other is so strange. I mean, I went straight on Game of Thrones here with these ones, but like it never gets to like a super like crazy like sex scene or anything like that. It doesn't go there. It sometimes alludes to their relationship, but like he's going to be playing video games. She's half naked. She's a little kid. Like the way that her body's like designed and stuff. But then he'll like put her on his lap, and she'll kind of sit on his lap, and like he'll tickle her, or like they'll kind of like just have this very, very promiscuous, strange like brother sister, like
They're flirting, dude.
they're flirting. Yeah, exactly. They're flirting.
That's not
But
okay.
like, yeah,
I can skip, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, but that's the thing though. Like,
No, yeah, it's
sister
just
complexes are crazy in anime, right? Like, there's
They're
a lot
everywhere.
of them.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
one that we didn't bring up in any of our lists that I thought you might bring up maybe as an honorable mention, but one that really made my skin crawl recently was your Forger's brother.
Oh,
And your
yeah, that's another sister complex
because he
Yeah,
for
it's
sure
Spy
wants
Family,
to
yeah.
for sure wants to bang his sister.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, granted, I was going to bring up another anime, but I'm not going to at all because it's just straight up not right.
Yeah, guys, anime will go all the way. And
Yeah.
we don't need to
Okay,
because
I
it's
was going
because,
to.
No, but
Look,
it's
listen,
illegal.
Yeah, listen to me. I was going to go all the way for your entertainment.
Guys,
Because-
it's not for your entertainment. There's nothing entertaining about it. And also, don't try and find what we're talking about
Yeah.
because it's illegal. You will go to jail. I'm not joking. There is anime out there that you will go to jail if you watch it.
But yes,
Don't.
so I was convinced that it wasn't a good idea. I do need to be reeled back because I just like to take things to the extreme sometimes.
Well, no, I mean, listen,
Yeah.
if we were shooting the shit, it would come up. It would
Yeah.
be, it'd be talked about in conversation
Yeah.
for sure. No doubt. I'm definitely not saying that. But you guys don't want to even know.
But I think some of you fans who are the hardcore fans out there that really know the fucked up shit, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and maybe you're in jail. Or you should be.
Oh yeah, this is another one. So
This is. I think this is your last
this
honorable
is my
mention,
last
dude.
honorable
Yeah,
mention,
I
and
think
this one's
so.
an easy one because, like, I mean, if you are an Eva fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Shinji and Misato.
Shinji and Misato. I mean, it's the one scene from End of Evangelion where it's like their relationship is not an actual relationship by any means. It's like a guardian kid, but like
Yeah.
she like flaunts it real hard.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's a young woman, a sexually active young woman as well.
Yes.
As we know, she has relationships in the show.
Yes.
Who is forced to live with this young teenage boy. They're definitely a huge age gap, but not so far that she might not still want to tease him or mess with him a little bit. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that that's right
Yeah.
of her, but it's within the realm of believability.
But
that
but even okay, like I'm sorry I had to interrupt you.
Sure, go ahead.
But like even if there is like a little bit of teasing, it would have been fine in the first like few episodes maybe. But this girl is just straight up grooming him to be a pilot.
Oh yeah, no. And I'm not justifying any of it,
Yeah.
even the early stuff. You know what I mean? Like, whatever way you shake it. But like, I'm just like trying to get behind like her rationale behind doing this because I don't think she, for even one moment, views Shinji as a realistic romantic interest.
Yeah.
I really don't believe.
No,
that.
I don't believe it. Even in this one particular scene that I'm talking about where she kisses Shinji, like that whole scene is just her trying to convince him to become a pilot and like saying, hey, this is how adults kiss. And when you're back,
It's manipulative,
right? Like
it's definitely manipulation.
Yeah, right.
It's
So,
not okay.
Yeah,
but that's not what the part I'm kind of addressing more so is her, flaunting her sexuality and her flaunting that older vibe over top of him and utilizing that. You know what I mean? That to me, again, is wrong, but like it feels real. Like it checks out within the confines of reality. Like I believe a young 20-something-year-old, you know what I mean?
might flirt with
manipulating a teenager by flirting with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's totally believable. What I don't necessarily buy about this whole situation is how easily Shinji fucking falls into it.
I mean, Shinji's a fucked up kid anyway.
I know, but I just like he's just so emo and just so like in his emotions and in his head and stuff. And he's just like
when it came out, it was a prime time for all things emo.
True.
Right?
I just always wondered like why does he care so much about girls? You know what I mean? Like, dude's got so much going on in his life otherwise, but like
trauma.
Well, that's what you realize. He's just this traumatized shell of a human who's just being led around by everybody he comes in contact with, right? And, you know, the closer one in age for him would be Asuka, but Asuka doesn't have the maturity or
emotional intelligence or like
to fuck with him the way that Misato does.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's where you really see the sliminess come out and that power dynamic come out, you know, because I don't know how old Misato is supposed to be. I forget. I usually place her around early 20s.
Yeah, I think she was early 20s, maybe.
And him
mid-20s.
in like mid-teens kind of thing. Nobody's believing that as a realistic romantic relationship, and that's why he never gets there.
Yeah,
but the manipulation is real.
Yeah,
totally. So
absolutely.
I fully back it being on the list. I'm glad you pulled this one up because I was gonna miss it. Asuka crossed my mind, but then I was like, nah, they just fucking hate each other.
Yeah,
there's just pure hatred there.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no relationship.
They would probably end up like hate fucking each other one time.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I can't see Shinji having the capability of hate fucking anything.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I can see him getting hate fucked by something, an angel or something, but like, yeah.
All right.
Anyways, that fucking does it.
That does it, man.
That was sick. That was a good time, man.
So
that
this
was fun.
One again is for all you people. Fucking Anti-Valentine's Day. Fuck love because it's toxic.
Love stinks.
Don't fall in love, guys. It's the worst.
Unless it's in love with us.
Yes, if you love us, that's different.
Like and subscribe.
Nice. All right, Jay, where can people find you, bud?
At hanger91.bigcartel.com or at hanger.91 on Instagram. I'm drawing pictures.
Yes, go check it out. You guys can find me at Shmanime Pod on TikTok. That's where I'm mainly at. Or Instagram. And join the Discord. It's fun.
Yeah.
And Never Not Kittens.
Fuck yeah, dude. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, Never Not Kittens. Please try to donate to Never Not Kittens. We are a non-profit kitten rescue.
At Never Not Kittens.
At Never Not Kittens on the TikTok. You can get all the information through there.
Yeah.
And then, remember, guys, don't fall in love.
Don't fall in love unless it's with
love
us.
is for suckers.
And maybe
don't make the same mistake I did, guys.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, babe.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow. I hope she watches this episode. She won't. She doesn't.
She doesn't.
This.
She doesn't
give a
care.
shit.
Yeah. She's just like, she's just gonna look at me, shake her head, and she's gonna be like, "Okay, feed me."
Hey, that's love, baby.
It's true. Like I said, man, when she doesn't like eat the food that I make, I feel so rejected.
That's true rejection.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't like and subscribe, we'll feel truly rejected.
Yes.
So, anyways, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, before we go to next week, Jordy is supposed to be back, and we are going to be doing The Sword of the Stranger.
Cool.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.